guys! For the second episode in this series, we're going to look at the second and final in the introductory Sailor Moon book series, Sailor Moon Friends and Foes. Now, if you watched the first video, which was on this book, then I don't really have to go over the fact that Deke changed some of the names. This came out in the 90s, and it was made specifically to introduce us to the series. So I can skip that explanation. What's really cool with this second book is that they kind of made a mistake / spoiler with Sailor Moon right on the cover. See, in Japan, by the time they started making these books, Sailor Moon S had already been on TV for a good while. That was the third season. In America, though, we were just getting the very first season. So, this is both a mistake and a spoiler. You can tell because of Sailor Moon's new locket, her heart choker replacing the moon choker, and the moon on her tiara replacing the red gem. So I think that's pretty cool. This is the second and final book, like I said, in this series. There was a rumor that they did plan to have more books, but I can't find anything more on that. It's kind of fan speculation at this point. I think maybe they had an idea of introducing some of the other characters this way, but they just didn't really get around to it. I don't know if it was because book sales were lagging, or they didn't find the audience, or they forgot about it. I'm thinking they just forgot about it. So, let's begin. Superheroes front and center. Sailor Moon, Sailor Mars, Tuxedo Mask, Sailor Mercury, Luna, Artemis, Sailor Venus, Sailor Jupiter. This is kind of a neat picture, don't you think? That looked like a really good poster. Exploding energy. Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts must use their special powers to battle Queen Beryl, ruler of the Negaverse. These powers help them find the powerful rainbow crystals to bring peace to the universe. Well, that's not why you use the rainbow crystals, but let's just move on. Moon healing activation. Jupiter thunder crash. Venus crescent smash. She doesn't call it that. Mars fire ignite. Mercury bubbles blast. Super Schoolgirls super stats. Each Sailor Scout has an ordinary school life. Here are some things about them. What about you? I don't know, what about you? Serena. Favorite color pink. Favorite animal bunny rabbit. Sign Cancer. Oh, that's mostly true. Her favorite colors are pink and white, but close enough. Amy. Favorite color blue. Favorite animal cat. Sign Virgo. I think a lot of people think her favorite animal is a cat because she's so nice to Luna. Ray. Favorite color red. Favorite animal panda. Sign Aries. Oh, she's a Japanese priestess, so she has to like pandas, which are in China. Of course. That's not racist. By the way, there is no episode where she brings up pandas at all. Like, I don't know how many times I've scoured this series. I don't know how many times I've read the comics, the manga, if you will. I've never once seen her say, I like pandas. Where did you get this from? Mina. Favorite color, orange. Favorite animal, birds. Sign, Libra. I have no idea where they got the thing about birds. There's, like, no episodes where she's, like, totally interested in birds. And she has a cat. Lita. Favorite color, green. Favorite animal, horse. Sign, Sagittarius. There's like one episode where she's into this book that has a Pegasus on the cover. Would that count? 'Cause other than that, there's no episode where she talks about favorite animals. I She actually says nice things about cats once, but that's kind of it. And here they are, ready to go. And we have a new spoiler. This is Sailor Moon's second season locket. At the time this book came out, we didn't get this episode yet. We were going to. It was part of the same 65 episode package, but we hadn't gotten this far yet, so that's a neat little spoiler. I didn't even catch that before. The mighty power of 3. One scout is strong, but when there are 3, it won't take long to defeat an enemy. I really like the artwork here. And I believe those are the villains Castor and Pollux. Very nice. Actually, this picture's cooler than the episode this takes place in. The Secret of the Moon Princess. Silver Millennium Palace. Well, this does take place during the Silver Millennium, during the past. Long story there. I think in the Deke version they just called it the Moon Kingdom, but, you know, I'll live with that because that is part of the original process there. The moon, cold, dark, distant, lifeless. But once, a long time ago, Queen Serenity ruled over a kingdom there with the help of the mighty Silver Moon Crystal. During the wedding of her daughter, point of order, there was no wedding on the moon. Princess Serena to Prince Darien, a lunar eclipse allowed the evil Queen Beryl to destroy the moon. Lunar eclipse stuff, that's the dead moon, and that's a different season altogether. That's the 4th season. Luckily, the princess, her friends, and her family were saved. Oh boy. Because Queen Serenity transported them to Earth. Oh, this is going to be painful. Luna tells Sailor Moon that she must find the princess, unaware that Sailor Moon is that Princess Serena, the clumsy high school girl, is destined to be Queen of the Universe. Okay, first and foremost, in the Japanese version, and actually in the Deke version too, that I remember it, Serena's not in high school yet. She's in middle school. That's because in Japan, school years are a little bit different. When you're 14, you're typically in, you're basically in middle school still. It's not until you're about 16 that they put you in high school. So Usagi, or Serena, if we're going to call her that, she's not actually in high school until the end of the series, the 5th season. 4th season / the movies in Crystal, but the 5th season in the 90s anime. So that's kind of an issue there. Also, there was no wedding going on. Although, fun fact, Princess Serenity's dress is based on the Christian Dior Palladium dress, which was a wedding dress. So, nice little thing there. This is a wedding dress, but this is not her wedding. That too happens at the end of the series. Not in the anime, but definitely in the manga. And the whole thing about them being saved, that's a stretch. I guess I can spoil it because they kind of do in the Deke version too on the first episode. So, more than 1,000 years ago, Queen Beryl and her minions, they came to the moon and just murdered everybody whose name is not Queen Serenity, Luna, or Artemis. Serenity freaked out, and she used her crystal, the silver crystal, which was in the moon stick, or crescent moon wand, as you'll see on the next page, and she sealed away the evil people, like Queen Beryl, temporarily, and then she used the last of her strength to send everybody to the 20th century to be reborn. So Sailor Moon is the reincarnation of Princess Serenity. Mamoru is Tuxedo Mask is the reincarnation of Prince Endymion, or Prince Darien, as they called him here, and you get the idea. I guess if we're going to say saved, yeah, Luna and Artemis were saved. They were put into cryogenic sleep until they found Minalco and Usagi, respectively. So it was like 5% right. That's something. Negaverse, Empire of Negative Energy. Here's a secret long ago. Queen Beryl used to love Prince Darien. Oh my god, yeah, she was a stalker. She became jealous of Princess Serena, and her jealousy turned into hatred of the prince and princess. That is true. And fair warning, he didn't actually know who the hell she was, so, there's that. Here's another secret just for you. The Queen's 4 evil warriors, Jadeite, Nephlite, Zoisite, and Malachite, were Prince Darien's friends until Queen Beryl cast a spell on them. Okay, that part is really cool. And here's why. We never see this in the 90s anime ever in any version. But in the manga and in the Sailor Moon Crystal reboot anime, this is totally true. The 4 generals were actually supposed to be to Endymion, or Tuxedo Mask, what the Sailor Scouts are to Sailor Moon. Queen Beryl kind of destroyed that. Jadeite tries to steal the life energy from the people in the town. Nephlite discovered that the black crystal can find hidden rainbow crystals. His crystal shouldn't be confused with the dark crystal that's in the 2nd season. Zoisite and Malachite are a couple. Malachite is the strongest of the 4 warriors. Now for some controversy. So for those of you who might be a little new to this, I'm going to point this out. In the Deke version, they made Zoisite a girl, whereas in the Japanese version and in all other versions, Zoisite is a boy. Back in the 90s, network censors threw big old fat hissy fits if 2 guys were in a relationship. Now everybody realized how ridiculous and stupid that was, so now this is completely normal. Interesting of note, though, in the original manga, they're not a couple at all. They barely tolerate each other. They're more like brothers than anything else. Zoisite still dresses like a girl sometimes, but he was actually supposed to be with Sailor Mercury. Long story, ends fugly. You should see Sailor Moon Crystal for a better explanation. Queen Beryl's evils. The 7 evils lost their evil powers and memories and became human when the rainbow crystals were hidden in their bodies. When Zoisite removes the rainbow crystals, they change back into their original evil form. The 7 evils are the strongest of Queen Beryl's creatures. Well, that's kind of up for debate, but that's your own opinion there. The final Deke dub called them the Rainbow Crystal Carriers, and I believe they were the Rainbow Crystal Warriors. These are the Deke names for each of these, by the way. Pox, Techniclon, Vina, Bumbu, Bobo the Vulture, and Game Machine Man, and Akan. Long stories for each of them, a lot better if you just watch the show. This one especially. I am the champion of justice. And that is a really cute picture. I like that picture of Sailor Moon. Okay, and that pretty much does the 2nd and final book in that series. So, tell me what you think in the comments of the 2 books. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.